What up, gamers? Barnes here, and I'm here in on the west bank of the Hudson River, not far from where Henry Hudson first landed here. First Europeans landed. I'm about 100 miles north of New York City on the west bank of the Hudson, in Saugerties, New York, just outside the lighthouse here. I actually can't see the lighthouse from where I'm at. If you're curious to where Saugerties, New York is, if you look at the border between Massachusetts and Connecticut, and a map of the Northeast, you'll see the north-south border of Massachusetts and Connecticut. If you're looking at the map of the Northeast United States, and you follow that line westward until you hit the west bank of the Hudson, and that's where I'm at. And this is what it looks like. Looking north on the Hudson towards Albany. I'm like 44 miles from Albany here, and 100 miles, just about exactly 100 miles from New York City. And over there is like Tivoli. That's where Bard College is. Try to zoom in on the house. It's about a mile away. Didn't think I was going to be able to zoom this good, actually. Let's see if it gets that in focus. I'm experimenting with you guys. Bear with me. No, that's not going to focus it. It's too far. That's about a mile. Got a pretty good line of sight here. Zoom back out. Anyway, those are contrails, or what happens to contrails. So this video I want to talk about something called, what I heard Webhead 123 back in the day, a couple years ago, what I heard him first describe as plot immunity. Now, plot immunity, basically, if you're not familiar with what it is, basically is a restriction on a character. And, you know, there's plot immunities in stories all the time, and they take shape in different forms. They could be just about anything, really. You know, in the story of Moses can't decide, you know, the ark's a good idea, but I think I'm going to terraform. It just ruins the plot. You know, Odysseus can't accept himself as a man before the gods, as just a mortal man. If he does, then the whole quest is over. King Arthur can't decide not to pull the stone. Paul Bunyan couldn't think that engines are a good idea and got into tinkering engines and became an engineer. He can't just, you know, get an appetite for ox meat. You know, Baggins can't say, I don't like this ring anyway, and throw it away. Or go pawn it, you know. What else? Luke, you know, he can't go to the dark side early on, and Anakin can't die, and he can't turn into Vader too early, or he has to turn into Vader. He has to fall to the dark side. So, I mean, there's all different types of plot immunity. Han Solo can't say, you know what, I think I got the Force too in A New Hope. I think I'm a Jedi too. That just ruins the plot. So there's all different types of plot immunity, and it could be something that the character can't possess, or has to possess, or a bit of information he can't come across, or has to be in possession of, or something that he has to care about or not care about. It could be a character can't die, and that's often the case of main characters, or leading roles sometimes. But I often use games that give characters some form of plot immunity. And by that, what I mean is that, you know, I like Arthurian tales, and so I always put my characters in situations where, like, certain things they have to restrict to. Like, in other words, like, you know, one of my characters in the game now is thought to be maybe the rightful king. And he has to have interest in that, pretty much. You know, I mean, the game will still go on, but that whole plot line will be gone, and everything that follows after it that I have written. If he decides I don't want to be king, screw it, I'm gonna go move over here. Well, that puts a major hole in my, you know, plot line. Not that he can't do that, but still, there's a certain amount of, you know, plot immunity there, where if I want and he wants the plot to continue, then he has to correspond or think or feel a certain way. And there's all types of examples of plot immunity, you know, from the really religious character having to play religious, or a zealot. You know, zealot religious characters have a lot. And I was just wondering, like, how do you guys use plot immunity in your games? Have you encountered plot immunity? I mean, it could be to the really bad point where a character just can't die, you know, which happened a lot when I was a kid. Like, I remember stories like that where one character was like the main character, which we just didn't know how to run main characters back then. You know, which RPGs often don't do. Maybe I'll do a video on that. Anyway, so have you encountered plot immunity in your RPG games for PCs? Because, you know, when you're writing a story, you're in control of all the characters. You decide how all the characters feel, but in a role-playing game, a player can choose to feel or think or any way he wants to. So that can throw a conundrum in plot hooks that have like a dead end almost. So not a dead end always, but are railroaded, I guess. How do you deal with plot immunity? Have you encountered it? And I'm just curious. It's a subject that I haven't really heard anybody talk about, but you know, I don't exactly have my finger on the pulse of the RPG community or brigade anymore. I can't keep up with you guys. But I'd like to hear, and you know, if you make a video, let me know about it. I think it's a fresh topic, and hopefully this gets some people out making videos, and because I think this is a something I can really use help with in my RPGs. Not that I'm really having a problem with it, but you know, since I engage in plot lines that have potential to give one character plot immunity, then it'd be good to get some advice. And as always, thanks for watching, and I wish you guys a good game, and remember to make it a good game for somebody else. Later.